Today we are going to solve Cambridge O-Level paper, May-June 2022, paper 1, variant 1. Question 1. A length of copper wire is labeled length 0.50 meter and diameter 0.5 millimeter. Which instruments are more suitable to measure accurately the length and the diameter of the wire? As the length we know that is equal to 0.50 meter, so it is less than 1 meter and it is greater than 1 millimeter. So for this purpose we are going to use the meter rule. As it is greater than 1 millimeter and less than 1 meter, we are going to use meter rule. And the length, after length, the diameter is 0.50 millimeter. The less than 1 millimeter, we are going to use micrometer screw gauge. So B is our right option. Question number 2. A driver drives a car at uniform velocity along a road. The driver sees a hazard and applies the brake. What is the car motion as it moves through the thinking distance and as it moves through the braking distance? For the thinking distance, the driver didn't apply brake, so the car is still moving with uniform velocity. But after that, he applied brake and car start to decelerate. So for the thinking distance, the car is moving with the uniform velocity, and for the braking distance, the car is decelerating. So C is the right option. Question number 3. The diagram represents the moon in its orbit around the earth. Which arrow represents the direction of the resultant force acting on the moon at the instant shown? We know that any body moving in a circle is constantly moving with the force which is known as centripetal force. Centripetal force. And centripetal force is always directed toward the center. So A is directed toward the center and it is the right option. Question number 4. The mass m of an object is related to its weight w and gravitational field strength g. Which equations shows the relationship? Okay, we know that weight is equal to m into g. Weight is equal to mass multiplied by gravitational field strength. So we will check m is equal to w multiplied by g. It is not equal to our equation. W is equal to mg. So A is the wrong answer. G is divided on this side will be multiplied on that side. So W is equal to mg. So B is the right option. Question number 5. A plastic cube of density rho is compressed so that its side become 1/2 of its original length. Its side become 1/2 of its original length and it is a cube with a density rho. What is the new density of the cube? Okay, before compress, the density is m divided by v, and as it is a cube, so density will be m divided by length cube. M divided by length cube. The volume of the cube is L cube. Now as our length become half, so change in length is equal to length divided by 2. Change in length is equal to length divided by 2. And our new density will be mass divided by change in volume, which is density is equal to mass divided by change length cube. Change length cube. So by putting the value of change length m divided by L by 2 cube, and it will become density is equal to m divided by L cube divided by 8. 2 cube is 8. Now 8 go like this. Density is equal to m into 8 divided by L cube. So our density will become 8 times the previous density. Our density will become 8 times the previous density. So D is the right option. Question number 6. 4 glass objects have scale base of equal area. Which object is the least stable? So for least stable, we have to check the base area or the center of mass. So their base area are same. So we are going to discuss about the center of mass. For the shape A, the center of mass will be at the center because the mass up and below is same. Same for the D, center of mass will be at the center. For B, most of the mass is below this line. So its center of mass will be here somewhere. But for C, most of the mass is above this line. Center of mass will be above this line. So the one with the center of mass above the line will be the least stable. So C is the right option. Question number 7. The initial pressure of a volume V1 of a fixed mass of gas is P1. The gas expands at constant temperature until its volume V2 and pressure P2. Which statement about the pressure and the volume of gas is not correct? Pressure is measured in Newton per meter cube. So it is wrong. We know that pressure is equal to force per unit area, which is equal to Newton per meter square. Pressure multiplied by volume is constant. Yes, we know that P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2 is equal to constant. So this is the right option. Pressure is directly proportional to volume. As from this equation, P is inversely proportional to 1 over V. This is also correct. The ratio of V1 to V2 is equal to the ratio of P2 to P1. V2 from that side will be divisible on this side. V1 over V2. P1 from this side will be divisible on the other side, P2 by P1. So this is also correct. So which one is the wrong answer? Because not correct. So A is not correct. Question number 8. A stone falls at terminal velocity in air. What is equal to the change in gravitational potential energy of the stone? Okay, as the stone is falling down, its gravitational potential energy, which is equal to mgh, decreases as the height decreases. The change in kinetic energy. If a body is moving with terminal velocity, its velocity change in velocity is 0. So change in kinetic energy is also 0. Change in kinetic energy is also 0. The change in temperature of the stone. This could be the right one if this temperature is considered as the thermal heat energy, so it could be the change in the temperature of the stone. The friction between the stone and the air. The friction between the stone and the air does not change. What is going to change? Gravitational potential energy is converted into the thermal energy produced by the body. The thermal energy produced is equal to the change in gravitational potential energy. Water in a river is used to turn a turbine as the water flows downstream. How is this type of power source described? We know that it is hydroelectric. Hydroelectric power station use the turbine system that in which water flows downstream and it moves the turbines. It moves the turbines. Question number 10. A load is pulled by a rope attached to a motor. The resultant force exerted by the rope on the load is shown in the diagram. Each diagram, the loads move in the direction of the force shown and take 10 seconds to travel 1 meter. In which diagram does the motor work with the great power? What is the formula of power? Power is equal to W, work done over time. What is work done? Work done is equal to force multiplied by displacement divided by time. So, what are we going to do? We are going to find the power in each case. For the first one, our power will be 12 multiplied by 1 divided by 10, which is equal to 1.2. For the second, it will be 8 multiplied by 1 divided by 10, which is equal to 0.8. For the third, It is 10 multiplied by 1 divided by 10, which is equal to 1. And in the last case, it is 4 multiplied by 1 divided by 10, which is equal to zero point 0.4. So the greatest power, A is the right option. Question number 11. The total energy incident in 1 second on a group of a solar panel is 120 joule per meter square. The group of solar panel converts 720 joule of light energy into 120 joule of useful electrical energy in 1 second. What is the total surface area of the panel and what is the efficiency of the system? Okay, first of all we are going to find the efficiency, and efficiency is equal to total output divided by total input multiplied by 100, and efficiency will become 120 divided by 720 multiplied by 100, which is approximately 17%, because its answer is 16.7%. So A or D could be the right answer. Now, what is the total surface area of the panels? For the total surface area of the panel, we know that one panel give us 120 joule per meter square multiplied by x meter square will be equal to total energy, which is 720 joules. So x will be equal to 720 divided by 120, which is equal to 6. So A is the right option. Question number 12. A 1000 watt 240 volt electrical energy is switched on. How much energy does it use in 5 minutes? We have power, which is equal to 1000 watt, voltage 240 volt, and time 5 minutes. We have to find the energy. Power is equal to energy by time, and energy will be equal to power multiplied by time. How much power we have? We have 1000 watt multiplied by 5 into 60. 5 into 60. Why we are multiplying 5 into 60? Because we have 5 minutes. We are going to convert it into second by multiplying 5 into 60. We will get the answer of 300,000 joules. A building is made from wood and steel. What describes the way in which terminal energy is transferred through the walls? Thermal energy is transferred through the walls. Conduction through the wood by the movement of molecule through the wood. In wood, we are not going to get energy through the movement of molecules or by conduction. Conduction through the metal by both the vibration of the particles and movement of electron through the steel. As we know that in steel electron can move, so conduction through the metal by both vibration of the particles and movement of electron through the steel. Conduction through the wood by both the vibration and movement of molecule is wrong by the wood, and the convection through the metal of electron through the steel only. No, in steel it will be conduction and convection both. How conduction? Molecules vibrate to transfer energy, and molecules electron move from one place to other place. Question number 14. A liquid column in a liquid in a glass thermometer is 2 cm long at 0 degree centigrade. The column expands by 10 cm when heated to 100 degree centigrade. Measuring from P, how long is the liquid column at 30 degree centigrade? Okay, at 100 degree we have 10 centimeter. 100 degree centigrade we have 10 centimeter. For 30 degree, how much centimeter? We have 3 centimeter. So, is 3 the right answer? No, 3 is wrong answer, because 3 is from here, from this point. We are going to calculate it from P. So from P, 2 plus 3 is equal to 5. So 5 is the right answer. Question number 15. In many applications, a thermocouple is used to measure temperature instead of a liquid in glass thermometer. Which property of a thermocouple is major advantage? Its greater heat capacity? No. Its smaller temperature range? No. Its quicker time response? Its quicker time response is the property for which we use thermocouple instead of liquid in a glass thermometer. Question number 16. A liquid in a glass thermometer consists of a bulb containing a liquid which expands into capillary tube. The liquid in the thermometer is replaced by the same volume of a different liquid that expand more for the same temperature rise. The length of the capillary tube remains the same. How does the new thermometer compare to the old thermometer? It has greater sensitivity and greater range. Yes, its sensitivity is greater, but its range is not greater. Its range is not greater because it expands more for the same temperature. For example, first expand till here for 1 degree centigrade, the other will expand maybe till here for 2 degree centigrade. So its range will be less. It has greater sensitivity but a smaller range. B is the right answer. Question number 17. What is the usual symbol and what is the unit for the heat capacity of an object? For heat capacity, we use a formula delta Q is equal to C delta T. Many students write delta Q is equal to MC delta T. That is not heat capacity, that is specific heat capacity. For heat capacity, delta Q is equal to C delta T and C will be equal to delta Q by delta T and it is joule per coulomb. A, C is its symbol and joule per coulomb is its unit. Question number 18. Which law describes the arrangement of particles and the force between particles in a solid? Arrangement of particle is regular in solid and there is strong force of attraction between the particles. Question number 19. A wave in a sea collide with a cliff. A crest of the wave hit the cliff once every 6 seconds. Every 6 seconds. So our time period will be is equal to 6 seconds. What is time period? Time period is the time for completion of one wave. From one crust to one crust, our one wavelength completed. So it takes 6 seconds. So time period will be 6 seconds. The horizontal distance between a crust and the adjacent trough. The crust and the adjacent trough is 4.5 meter. So lambda by 2 is equal to 4.5 meter. Why lambda by 2? Because from crust to crust is equal to one wave and from crust to adjacent trough is half wave. So lambda will be is equal to 9 meter. We have to find the velocity. We know that velocity is equal to f lambda and as we know that time period is reciprocal of frequency or frequency is the reciprocal of time. So V is equal to 1 over 6 multiplied by 9 which is equal to 1.5 meter per second. A sound wave refracts as it passes from the air to water. Which quantity changes? For the refraction, we know that frequency never change in any process. In diffraction, in refraction, in reflection, frequency never change. Frequency remains same. In refraction, speed and wavelength only changes. In refraction, speed and wavelength only changes. Frequency remains same. Frequency remains same. Only speed and wavelength will be changed. Question 21. An object is viewed through a thin converging lens. The diagram shows the path of two rays from the top of the object to an eye. How does the image compare to object? Let's draw image over here. It is larger, yes, it is larger than our object and uprighted in the same direction. So it is larger and upright. A ray of white light enter a prism. Which row is correct? The white light is dispersed in red light and blue light, and we know that when a ray enters from one medium to another medium, it is also known as refraction. So it is dispersion and refraction both. So C or D could be the right answer. Frequency of red light compared with the frequency of blue light. For this purpose, we know that energy of red light is less than energy of blue light. Energy of red light is less than energy of blue light, and the frequency of red light is also less than the frequency of blue light. So frequency of red light when compared with the blue light, it will be less, smaller. And another information, the wavelength of red light is greater than the wavelength of the blue light. Which waves are not part of electromagnetic spectrum? Radio waves are a part of electromagnetic spectrum. Television signals, infrared signals are a part of electromagnetic spectrum. Ultrasound are not EM waves, these are sound waves. So these are not the part of electromagnetic spectrum, while ultraviolet is the part of electromagnetic spectrum. Question number 24. A man stands between two tall buildings, P and Q. He is 500 meters from P and 200 meters from Q. He sounds a horn. He hears the first echo from building P, and 1 second later he hears the echo from building Q. What is the speed of sound calculated using this information? Okay, when he horn the sound, the sound travel 100 meter for the first echo. What is echo? Echo is the reflection of sound wave. Our sound travel 50 meter to building P and 50 meter back to the person. And here our sound travel 200 meter toward building Q and same 200 meter, so 400 meter. Okay, 100 meter travel till here, and at this side 100 meter our sound has traveled till here when he heard the first echo, and after that our sound travels 300 meter on this side, and it take 1 second for the second echo. At first echo the sound reaches till here, and the second echo, which is after 1 second, the sound travels 300 meter. So distance will be is equal to 300 meter, and time will be equal to 1 second. So velocity will be equal to 300 divided by 1, which is equal to 300 meter per second. Question number 25. Sound travel at different speed in each of the three states of matter, solid, liquid and gas. Which row shows where sound travels faster and where sound travels slower? So we know that sound travels faster in solids, then in liquid, then in gas. So sound travels faster in solid and sound travels slowest in gas. Which one is the use of ultrasound? Cleaning jewelry. I know that it is cleaning jewelry. Fluorescent tube are electromagnetic wave. Optical fiber use light, which is electromagnetic wave. Sunbeds, ultraviolet radiation is also electromagnetic wave. So ultrasound are used for the purpose of cleaning jewelry. Question number 27. Which material is used for the core of electromagnet? As we know that electromagnet is not a permanent magnet. It magnetizes and demagnetizes. So we are going to use the material which is a magnet but not a permanent magnet. So we are going to use iron, which is a magnet but not a permanent magnet. Okay, two spheres, metal spheres, are mounted on insulating stand. Sphere X is initially uncharged and sphere Y is initially positive charged. So sphere Y is positively charged, X is uncharged. A metal rod held by an insulating handle is placed in contact with X and Y as shown. What are the charges on X and Y after the rod is being placed in contact with them? Okay, as it is positively charged, some of the electron from the X will move toward Y and it will also become positively charged. When both of them become charged, positively charged, so the movement of electron will going to stop or they will become in equilibrium, not thermal, electrical equilibrium. So both of the bodies will become positively charged. So A is the right option. Charge on X will be positive and charge on Y will be positive. Which device involve the use of static electrical charges? A computer hard disk? No. A motor? No. A photocopier machine? Yes. Photocopier machine is the device which uses statical electrical charges for the printing purpose. An initially uncharged copper rod is placed in a uniform electric field E. The rod is parallel to the field. V diagram represents the charge induced on the rod. So it will be positive this side and negative this side because electric field start from positive and end on negative. So negative or negative are going to repel and there will be, if a charge is induced on the rod, it would be like positive on one side and negative on the other side, but this side is having no charge, it is impossible. Same for the option B. We know that positive on this side and negative on this side, so positive is not going to induce positive on this side and negative is not going to induce negative on this side. So C is also the wrong option. Positive on this side, negative on this side. Due to negative, positive charge induces on this side and negative charge induces on this side. So D is the right option. The diagram shows a simple electrical circuit with a battery and a resistor XY. Positive negative battery, a DC battery and a resistor, which will describe the charge on an electron and the direction of electron flow through the resistor. We know that electron flow from the negative toward the positive terminal. Okay, what is the charge on an electron? The charge on an electron is negative and it will flow from Y to X. It will flow from Y to X. 32. When a flash on a camera is used, a charge of 1.5 coulomb flows in 0.0030 seconds through the flash lamp. The average voltage of the flash lamp is 300 volt. What is the electrical energy supplied to the flash lamp and what is the average power supplied? We know that P is equal to VI. For electrical power we use V into I. So P is equal to VQ divided by T. Why Q divided by T? Because current is not given. We are given charge and time. So P will be equal to 3600 multiplied by 1.5 divided by 0.0030, which will be equal to 1.8 into 10 raised to power 6. So D is the right option. We haven't found the energy, but 1.8 into 10 raised to power 6 is only the D option. So D is the right option. If we have to find the energy, how we are going to find the energy? Energy is equal to power multiplied by time. Power is 1.8, 10 raised to power 6 and time is 0.0030. It will be 5400 joules. Question number 33. What is the unit of potential difference? and which measuring instrument is used to measure the potential difference? The unit of potential difference is volt, and volt is measured by using voltmeter. Question 34. The diagram shows 4 circuits. Each circuit contains 100 ohm resistor. Which circuit has the smallest resistance? Okay, in general we know that if they are all connected in parallel, the result will be minimum. So C is the right option. If you have to calculate it, then is 100 over 100 will become 50 and total resistance become 150. In series we add them, and in parallel we use the formula 1 over R1 plus 1 over R2 is equal to 1 over R. Here the total resistance will be 300 ohm. They all are in series, so it 100 plus 100 plus 100 is equal to 300. Here we are going to calculate 1 over 100 plus 1 over 100 plus 1 over 100, which is equal to 100 divided by 3 and which is equal to 33.3. Here 100 plus 100, 200 and 100. So 1 over 100 plus 1 over 200. So it will be 200 divided by 3, which is equal to approximately 67. So C is the right option. A metal kettle is plugged into a small socket. The plug contains a suitable fuse. The kettle cable is damaged and the fuse blows. Why does the fuse blow? The bare earth wire cable touches the bare live wire. This could be the right answer. When a live wire and a earth wire they touch each other, the fuse blows because a large amount of current flow through the wires. The metal casing of the kettle touches the bare earth wire. If the metal case touching the earth wire, it is not going to blow the fuse. The bare neutral wire in the cable touches the bare earth wire. It will not going to increase the current. The live wire breaks without touching any other wire. It is also wrong. So A is the right option. 36. As a magnet is moved into the coil of wire as shown, there is a small positive reading on the sensitive ammeter. Which changes must increase the size of the reading? The size of the reading could be increased by increasing the number of the turns. Number of turns of the coil. Number 2, by fast moving the magnet. Number 3, increasing magnetic field. Increasing magnetic field. So, moving the opposite pole in the coil is not going to increase the reading. Pulling the magnet out of the coil is not going to increase the reading. Pushing the magnet in faster is going to increase the reading. Unwinding some of the turns will decrease the reading. Question number 37. The diagram shows a circuit for a model power line with 2 transformers and a lamp at the output. What is the input voltage? We are going to have 24 volt at the output with the turns 40 and 200 are the turns of the secondary coil. So we know that turns of the secondary divided by turns of the primary is equal to voltage of the secondary divided by voltage of the primary. So for this relation, 200 divided by 40 is equal to x divided by 24. Here x would be the voltage, and from this relation x is equal to 4145 5 times 24, 120 volts. Here we have 120 volt. Now for this area, 10 by 100 is equal to x by 120. So 0 cancel out with 0, x will be equal to 12. So 12 volt is the right option. Electrical power is transmitted by cable over large distance at a very high voltage. What are the effects of using high voltage transmission system? When we use high voltage, the value of our current will be low and the power losses are also going to become low. So current in the cable is low and the power loss in the cable is also low. As the voltage is increased, the current decreases. The diagram shows a beam of electrons about to enter a magnetic field. The magnetic field is directed into the page. What is the direction of the electron as they enter the magnetic field? The beam of electron is going to be shown with the index finger. Your index finger in this direction. The magnetic field into the page will be shown with the help of the middle finger into the page. Your thumb will point, sorry, your thumb will point downward. Your thumb will point downward down the page. So downward the page is the direction of the beam of electron as they enter in the magnetic field. As they enter in the magnetic field. Your index finger will show the direction of the electron movement, direction of the current. Your middle finger will show the direction of the magnetic field and your thumb will point in the direction of the force. Question number 40. In a ginger medicine experiment, alpha particles are fired at a thin gold sheet. Most alpha particles pass straight through the thin gold sheet. A few are deflected, which can be deduced from this experiment. As the most of the alpha particles pass through the sheet undeflected and only few deflected, it means that there is a very tiny positive nucleus present at the center of the atom. So the nucleus is very small. The nucleus has no charge is the wrong option. Electrons are not the result for the electron are not deduced from these 2 points. Thank you for watching the video. Please like the video and subscribe the channel. See you soon.